Welcome to CED Talks. Today, I'm thrilled to have a very special guest with us, Pravena K, the founder and CEO of Virtual Assistants. Pravena is a dynamic entrepreneur with a passion for empowering business and individuals through high quality virtual support services. With years of experience in the industry, she transformed the way companies handle the operation, helping them to optimize workflows and maximize productivity. Pravina is a LinkedIn top voice. She has been featured in New in Asia and Successful People in Malaysia and Singapore by BPH. Pravina is highlighted along with inspiring leaders, including Malaysia's Honorable Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. She's also been a guest speaker at Parul University, Parul Polytech Institute. Her journey from building a business to leading a successful team is nothing short of inspiring. Today, Pravina will share her insights on the growing virtual assistance industry, the challenges she overcome, the strategies she used to create business that truly stands out. Let's dive right in and hear from Pravina K. Welcome to Set Talks, Pravina. How are you?
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well as well.
Yeah, I'm doing great, Pravina. First of all, thank you for taking out your time. It means a lot. You've
My
been
pleasure.
busy. We've been discussing this podcast for a while. It's been months, and finally we are here. Uh, so, all right, let's get started. I have some questions for you. Are you ready, Pravina?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah. Let's get started.
Sure.
Pravina, how did a massive transition happen from teaching intern to successful founder and CEO? How did that transition happen?
COVID made it because, when I was graduated 2019, 2020 COVID kickstart. And you can't, another thing I know I cannot teach in a school. So I decided, okay, I should explore myself beyond than this. So I work as a virtual assistant first,
Hmm.
then the transformation happened as an organization later on, I think down the line of 2 to 3 years. So that's how it transformed actually.
Oh, that's great to know, Pravina. But what inspired you to start virtual assistants? How do you identify the need and demand for virtual assistants? Because yeah, it is
Uh-huh.
something new. Many people are not aware, and you have mastered it.
I wouldn't call it exactly master, but I'm still in a learning curve. Learning will never stop. So coming back to the question, how it inspired me, I think it's because of our day-to-day operation. Every business owners, small business owners, or even entrepreneurs or professionals that work in another organizations, is going through. Like focusing on their core strength. Plus, they have to handle certain stuff. So in this way, I realized that you have to have someone to delegate a task, which they know it can cost saving for them, and also it will be very initiative in a way that it's like helpful you in a lessen the burden, but add value to you when it comes to proficiency as well. So that's why I realized that this also can concentrate in growing their business and also doing what they love as well, especially when it comes to business owners. Most of the business owners are also their business owners, plus they also are the workers of their own company, like how anybody is an entrepreneur, right? Some even how to say, along the way they will have someone to assist them, but still once you start from scratch, you will never let go your baby to someone just easily. So you still will do the work, double work, checking and everything. So in that way, I believe that VAs, which is virtual assistants, will add value to them in a way of saving the thing cost wise or probably proficiency wise and also efficiency wise.
Uh, because you started a company from scratch. Now you are a successful founder, successful CEO, running a successful company. What challenges did you face when you are launching your business?
Emotionally, nobody trusts you. Even your family wouldn't trust you whether you would make it
Correct.
or not. Financially, of course, there are days that you don't know whether it will sustain. Even now, you don't know. When you work as a entrepreneur, you never know you will get the same wages every month or not, because my salary is not fixed. There are good
Hmm.
days, there are bad days. There are days I'll earn something that I will need in 2 months. 1 month I'll get it. There are months there'll be zero or delay payments. Recently I post
Hmm.
about it. There are clients who will pay you delay as well, late. It's not weekly basis. Sometimes it
Correct.
carried away for a month or so. So all this struggle is something that it's a day-to-day process that every entrepreneurs or business owners will be facing.
So when you're starting, you are in your mindset, you are like you are like prepared. These are the I mean, these are the phases you have to go through, right? You are
When
already
I was
prepared.
studying, I was actually wanted to be a doctor. So
Okay,
I
okay,
didn't know that I'm a business person at first. I thought I'm 100% going to be a medical student and etc. But you know, life has a better offers for you sometimes. You never expect what will change, what will happen along the way.
correct, correct. So, Praveen, how do you select and train your staffs, virtual assistants?
Go through their backgrounds where you will see what is their scopes, what they're talented about, and sometimes certain people, even though their major is different, but their interest in is different scope. Like my major is in education, my interest is in medicine, but at the same
Hmm.
time, I'm willing to learn something that is designing and everything. So it also our soft skills and technical skills comes along the way. Because you can't narrow down one person just based on what they have studied.
Hmm.
You might did doctor, but then you're also good at MC, entertainment industry. So it's your choice. So in this way, you need to do a lot of studies. You need to understand the person. Interview is just it's not should how to say it's not like a piece of paper or question. You ask the
Correct.
person, they answer, and then you pick them. It doesn't work in that way.
So, like whenever you're interviewing someone, you also see the passion for
Of course, training comes along
correct,
the way as well. And as much there's a passion, I like someone, I also need the person who add value to my company by bringing in the sales and get the work done in a proper manner, right? So in that way, you have to give training. You have to check, is it okay to continue in this way, or they have better choices of work, or maybe they're not belong to here, or maybe I'm not the appropriate choice of working as together with them. And to you refer someone or whatever it works in the way, lah.
great. What's the most unique task a client has asked you during your initial phase for your assistant to
Task
handle?
task wise, there's nothing unique. It's just the
Hmm.
proportion they give will be unique, or you can call it something that you can't digest. I mean, because task wise is very direct. It's admin, this and that. And of course, it comes with the scope of different region where
Hmm.
work, because certain softwares is not applicable in Asian region. So when they
Hmm.
talk about certain softwares or tools which is not familiar with us, we will rather than turning it down, we will ask, is there an option for us to get a training from them? Like a
Hmm.
get awareness or whatever. Sometimes it's fall in a place, sometimes it doesn't, but it's fine. But other than that, unique wise, there's nothing unique. But in a way, outcome wise, yeah, maybe financially the expectation doesn't match us sometimes, or they will be it's a classic. They give you a work of worth of 1,000 or 2,000, but then they're willing to pay only 500. They expect you to do that.
Correct.
So
Correct.
it is people not valuing your worth, or then the amount of effort that you're putting in, right? So this kind of thing, I think, common. It will never change even if it takes years, because acceptance as a humans is different, and you got to accept that when it comes to money.
Because you are working with the top leaders, top stakeholders, clients. So, different clients have different set of requirements, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So, how do you ensure data security and privacy for your clients?
because NDA agreements,
Okay, in the
and can do
agreements.
certain things that we
Right,
can't,
right.
and then they have a requirement. Let's say we work with a certain industry, they will say the certain scope of work you cannot be done in a year or two, to be prefaced in a way that it doesn't affect their sales or their, how to say, administration wise. So we'll stick to that because we have to respect whatever we are signed up for.
Okay, all right. So, what's your vision for the future of virtual assistants? You've been expert, you have mastered virtual assistant. So, what do you think? What is the future of virtual assistants?
To support the staffs with integral business teams, that is with the different industries, and with better innovations, as you know, a lot of AI tools is coming in. Understanding it might be take a time because not everybody is familiar with it, and there's no scope in every region with every tools, because it's still as a, how to say, VPN issues, and you have to go through certain things it's not applicable here website wise and everything. So if you ask me, the future is innovation, but to get it done will take a longer time.
So, it's a competitive market. Since you have mastered virtual assistants, how do you handle competition in this virtual assistance market?
Honestly, these things is tally with also freelancers if you because most of people are when I bring this, they will say, oh, this is outsourcing, so it's a freelancing. So there's a
Hmm.
difference between individuals working with, and also you're working with a corporation, like or organizations. Because individuals once I sign up to your project, anytime I can just block you and walk off.
Correct.
What's
Correct.
the worst could happen? You can go and complain about my profile in the particular, or what's it, the portal that you find me, and then the worst is that person will block me or something like that. There's nothing more will happen, and there will be people coming in and with a different username, different email address, keep on coming in, you know. So, but when it comes to organization, it's a brand. Once the brand has been demolished, especially you know you well known in a certain platform
Hmm.
like LinkedIn and everything, and once it's
Hmm.
gone, it's gone because when it comes to branding, it doesn't really play just with the corporate branding. It also play with the personal branding of whoever carries the brand, like be that be it C-suits or decision makers in the companies and everything, right? So it's entirely affecting the entire group of people. So it's a lot of responsibility to there. So competition wise, the misunderstanding is there,
Hmm.
but scope of work is how to say mentality because now people not in acceptance phase that or are giving the work out and they're not seeing the people, they are far away from you, months away to accept it and go. So I wouldn't say there's a high chances of competition between other parties. Is always the understanding of the clients or people that is actually seeing the workloads. They be like very habitual with the manner of expecting people to be sit in the office and work in a typical time phase, and they don't understand how virtual assistant alone is working. So to bring the awareness will take a longer time.
Correct. Correct. So since you understood virtual assistants demand globally, so how technology has transformed the virtual assistance industry, in your opinion? So
Wow.
how you are able to leverage it, because you are able to leverage the technology. You are serving global clients.
I mean, when it comes to virtual assistant world, your communication platforms is important, like Zoom, all of this. You should know
Hmm.
which one is adding value, especially my company is doing training as well. So there are required to be trainings in virtual way as well sometimes. Or if it's we required to fly to the certain places or something, that is a different thing because it's a face-to-face, right? Other than that, managing the systems and everything, of course, you have to be updated with cloud-based tools and also project management softwares and everything time to time, and then you should know which one is applicable for the particular industry and also the clientele. Most of the time, clientele that require to have a project-based management, they will have the tools as well. So when we step in as a third person, we will get access of one of the account to use it. So in that way, it's not that how to say hectic for us. But understanding and being up to date with the industry is very important because it's a day-to-day learning for us. Because every day, everything is how to say every day there's new things is coming in, new software is coming in, new tools is coming in. So you have to be very aware of it.
So that brings to the next question. It's a follow-up question.
Of course, because when you choose
Yeah.
an industry that related to technology, right, as much as the the fast pace is coming in, you have to be equally to that. Even though we can't achieve that level, but then at least 80%, you
Hmm.
should know what's actually happening in the world, particular industry.
Yeah, this brings to the next question, Pravina. So how do you stay ahead of industry changes and innovations? Because you are able to
But
understand clients' requirement precisely, you're able to serve them. How do you stay updated in this evergreen
you have
field?
to collaborate with other industry leaders to
Hmm.
stay up to date. So that is where I'm very strongly believe in LinkedIn because there's no one, two industry leaders there. There are millions of people there. 900 millions of users is not
Hmm.
a small thing. And
Correct.
out of 900 millions of users, I bet at least 10% of them are pioneers. And with the 10% of pioneers knowledge, there will be another hundreds of millions of people that is applying it, like in a cloud basis. So if
Hmm.
you ask me, it's always keeping up with the trends, new tools, industry best practices. You have to know that. Uh, but sometimes it also about you sit and watch. Sometimes you don't have to participate in the show.
Correct.
You just watch, and you never know. Watching can add more value as well because you'll see as a third person perspective rather than involving yourself into it. So you will see the do's and don'ts as well.
Correct. So you have built a successful company, but at the same time, you are able to leverage a personal branding on LinkedIn. Uh, you're able to network with top leaders, founders. So
My
yeah,
company branding happened because of me. So I always
okay,
believe Pravena K is the brand, and below
yeah,
that comes profit. So virtual assistant is a baby to Pravena K. That's it. So
correct,
if you
correct.
ask me, one day virtual assistant might touch it, might go down, never know. But I believe my name will never go down.
Yeah,
So
because it's a brand. You have created that brand
I created it.
today.
It's 6 years for me to come here. So it's never easy.
Correct, correct, correct. At the same time, you understood the personal branding on LinkedIn. At the same simultaneously, you build a successful company. So how did you
So branding
like
comes with two scopes, right? Personal and corporate.
correct, correct,
Personal is you, corporate is your set talks.
correct,
So, but set talks will never be enhancing to any level without you. So if you ask me,
exactly,
as much as you want to put the effort on corporate branding, you must put double on your personal branding.
correct, correct. So that's why you stretched on personal branding.
Very much. I
Correct,
always
correct.
believe my name speaks first before my company speaks. So
That's what,
I always
yeah, it is because in LinkedIn you are top voice, correct, correct. And you are not only famous in Malaysia but also global level. You are a global
at
icon.
that I'm not sure. I wish I
Yeah.
believe. I mean, I know I do have
Yep.
engagement in other countries, so I believe
No,
that.
people connect with you. Whatever post you post, like on LinkedIn,
Yeah, I'm
it's
thankful. My
all over
my
the world.
content, yeah,
People
my
connect
content
with you.
reaches to all regions. Yeah.
Correct, correct. So, what are the biggest challenges in initially, or I would say in general, your client face?
Time management and delegations.
Hmm.
They don't stick. I mean, at first everybody got excitement, right? Hey, I want to get this done. I'm paying someone is gonna get this stuff done equally to the,
Correct.
whatever they capable of and everything. At first it's okay. First 1 week is fine, 2 weeks is fine. Then you'll see the third week, fourth week, and so things will change. Very hard to manage the time. People can't
So
keep
they
up with
want
the
it quickly, quick basis. They have paid the money, so
this
they
is just
want
one. And if let's say I'm getting the materials or contents from my clients, they might not be keep up with the work. When they don't keep up with the work of giving me the content, I can do the production basis. So you see, it's a process, right? Let's say you ask me to do branding for you, you will
hmm,
agree to me at least two contents you'll give me per week about your industry because I don't know about your industry.
correct,
So first
correct.
2 weeks will be very excited. You will give me. Then started procrastination happen, imposter syndrome happen. So you don't know how to validate. And from two posting, maybe you started to send me one posting only. Then after the one posting, then 1 week you'll go mute. You don't reply my messages. You will say, hey,
Hmm,
I'm up with this work, that work. And end of the day, the reflection goes to me or my company. Because you'll
correct.
say, hey, I did with you, but I don't see the changes because you're not being consistent. You're
Exactly.
not being consistent. And you expect something. Oh, that's why most of the time, there are some good, I wouldn't say good that, but there are clients that actually give the entire scope to us. Meaning to say, we leverage the content from A to Z, from building it and producing it and also publishing it out. So in that way, the consistency is there. Even though my clients is busy, we will get the work done. When there are clients that will say, we will give you the content, you get it done. That's where some chaos will happen where the, how to say, up to the par is not there. Some weeks they can, some weeks they cannot. Then sometimes they don't reply us promptly. When you don't reply promptly, things get delayed. When you get delayed, the consistency is not there anymore.
When it is get
And of course, as you said, people expect overnight changes. So most of the client comes to me and said, why I'm not getting thousands of followers in a month? Then I look at them. It took 6 years for me to get this. If you divide the
correct.
proportion, 10,000 or 13,000 I have into 6 years, so you can see where it's. So the growth is drastic.
So
But
there's
to
a process
understand,
involved, as you
of
mentioned.
course, it's
Correct.
not a ratio basis. It's never a ratio basis because my last few posts I mentioned to you, in 3 days I got 1,000 followers. In
Oh,
1 week I
great,
got 1,000 followers. In 2 weeks
great.
I got 1,000. So it's about the matter of content. Okay, I think the recently 2 days ago someone messaged me when I got my top LinkedIn voices along with my prime minister.
Right.
Uh, exactly, I'm reading the notification. A message came, Pravina, I saw your post is reducing already. What's going on? Are you okay? He's in, I think he's 1,000 or 2,000 miles away from me. He
Hmm.
messaged me, he said, don't give up, keep on going. And I shared the post actually. One of my posts, I think yesterday I shared it.
Yeah,
I
right, right.
screenshot
Along with
and everything.
yeah, Malaysia's prime
So
minister.
can
Right.
you see he's not Malaysian, by the way. Like you said,
Right.
he's another
Right.
country. So sometimes people notices your work. When you're not consistent, that kind of people you needed, even though you slow down, your people, I call
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn family. My LinkedIn family will push me and check, hey, you're doing all, because that makes you feel like people noticing you and people value your work there, and your content is reaching out for some reason for some people in some ways.
Your content is reaching out globally, I would say, because UK, US,
I would love to
India.
believe, because he's not Malaysian, he's not
Correct.
Indian,
Correct.
he's totally is different person, in a different region and everything. So you tell me, if I don't do that consistency part or being persistent in what I do, I don't think so this will, how to say, my presence will affect someone. Somebody
Mm.
actually notices that my content is not there. It's slowed down. And which I realized that I didn't post for 2 days, I think, continuously properly. I took a break because there's so much thing is swamping with me. So then it's actually made my day. It's actually made my day to get that kind of messages.
Correct. 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 It's a great thing, Pravina, by the way. So, Pravina,
Thank
what is the biggest myth about being a CEO?
that we have answers for everything and we know everything. Like we are God. They'll be like, hey, you're CEO, you should know that. Hey,
Right.
even when I was doing
Right.
my degree in TESOL is teaching English as a second language. I just go back into my memory later. There will be some words, people around me come and say, then I'll say, I don't know. They'll be like, oh, you're an English teacher, you should know that. And I'll be like, do I need to drink the entire dictionary into myself and have all the words that having in the thesaurus, which is not possible, right? So same methodologies is happening to this as well, where people think that if you're CEO, you should know everything. But they are
Eh,
not focusing that we are also, how to say, we are also a human
correct.
that is learning every day. Every day, every decision we're making might not be correct. That's why we have a team to discuss and see where there's a better particular way to get certain things
Hmm.
done, the different scope of understanding by different mindset of people. Because I might see my way of whatever it want to be,
Correct.
like money making way or something. But the person who work with me might think in a more humanity way or more practical way. So I would say stop asking or stop thinking all the CEOs is a god or they know
Hmm.
everything. We are also human in a way, and we are also learning every way.
Correct. I think you are someone who agreed this part. But that perception, like people think that Pravina might know everything. That perception, derived, in my opinion, because you've been a brand in LinkedIn, people follow
You
you.
can't say that. Okay, let me ask you. If you go to a CEO of Microsoft, you can
Correct.
ask him
Correct.
about yoga. You
Correct.
understand the thing. His
Correct.
forte is different. Or you can ask him about something about the same industry you're working, but
Correct.
39 years ago, what happened?
Correct.
Can you see the proportions on? We know main pictures of it or probably important scenarios, but you can't expect exact stuff to be remembered. And you have to know we are humans in a way.
Correct. Correct.
My memory power is not your memory power. Your memory power is, but that doesn't mean we turning it down by saying, "Oh, I don't know 100%." Of course, we will say at the moment I'm not sure about it, but let me get back to you. That's something I liked it, and now sometimes it's okay to accept. If you don't know, you don't know. Maybe you know better than me. You can share to me. Correct.
I think this is the attitude why you are ahead. You are able to leverage technology. You are able to understand the
The
requirement.
basic human thing is just we are not opening the mouth and talking. That's the thing. When we talk, people can't take it. That's pitachis of it, right?
Acceptance level. You mentioned. Yeah. Right.
Self-acceptance and also, outsiders that they should accept what is there.
Correct. Correct. What's the biggest piece of business advice you have ever received?
This piece of business advice. I am not an advising person and love to get advice, but there's
Correct.
something two cents I read somewhere. Um, when let's say someone asks you to raise your hand in a group of people, you will raise
Hmm.
to a certain extent, right? Then the next time the people will say raise a little bit higher, then your hand will go a little bit higher. So why we didn't try the 100% the first time itself? You can understand when someone asks you to do something, you will just do for the sake of purpose of doing it. But after that, when they say do it more harder, you can do actually better than that. So why not you try the better than that from the first day itself? So it'll make
Giving
a
you
lot of change.
100%, right? Every
Give you
commitment. Yeah.
100% on the first day itself. So when you
Correct.
give that, even you fall, you know your extreme. So you won't
Hmm.
repeat that again. So you're not wasting your timeline as well. You're not wasting your effort as well.
Okay. How do you handle high pressure situations?
isolate myself most of the time. But
Mm-hmm.
my isolation doesn't go more than 2-3 hours because I know I have to get back to my track again. So that's the
Correct.
most time I do. And I do get 2 cents from my mom. So because she's in industry more.
Mm-hmm.
So even though her industry is different, she has seen multiple industry people in that
Mm-hmm.
line. So sometimes I just throw the questions to her in a very minor basis. Now I'll see how she reacting to that. Then either I'm taking the reaction in a good or bad way, either critical, how to say, not critical, how to say, critique manner, or I'll take it in a very uh, acceptance manner.
How important is networking in your line of work?
A lot. I build my business entirely about networking. So when somebody asks, apart from LinkedIn, what other platform you finding your leads or something, I say this is the only platform I got my leads, my networks and everything, because these give me word of mouth opportunities, media presence to people without me going and talking about myself. Sometimes when you're not in the room, people are talking about it. So no, that matters more. So for me, networking is very, very crucial, not only for business people, business owners, but every individual that thinking they have to excel in their career. Be that be you're a 9 to 5 rat race person, or be that be you're an individual that is working on your own small businesses, it needed much.
And how do you define success for virtual assistants Asia?
Uh, it's about client satisfaction because I'm giving a solution for
Correct.
a corporate. So if their satisfaction is not there, their growth is not there, my development wouldn't be there. So at the end of the day is the takeaway that my clients is giving to me. It can be in a testimonial basis or it can be in a leveraging basis by giving a referrals. It adds more value to it.
And how do you maintain a long-term client relationship? Because you're able to leverage technology as well as the able to networking part.
I would say not only business, but generally to maintain a long-term relationship, be genuine and be transparent. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes things doesn't work, and if it doesn't work, it's okay.
Okay. It's okay to make a mistake, but it's okay to move on.
Okay, I
Yeah.
mean, acceptance is there as long as you don't force someone's thing going in the drain. So it's rather you accept you're not capable of it than just taking with just because you're getting a money and you ruin the entire process. So I don't gamble anybody's business or life in a way of that because
Mm-hmm.
I'm also one of the business owner who getting services in different other scopes, right? Rather than I'm giving it. So I understand that how to say transparent communication is very important and be genuine.
So how do you stay inspired and you've been a creative leader. So how do you stay inspired and being creative as a leader, as a successful founder?
Continuously learning and engaging with other industry leaders
Hmm.
without ego. I don't think so. You should have ego, not only in business, anything, because if you set your mind into egoistic manner, you
Correct.
won't open up to listen. So when you don't listen, you don't get it. And you can't give it back because you just revolve around the thoughts that you only have. So that will never add value to you or the person who's
Mm-hmm.
listening. So I rather take from other person's information. I just grab it and I will just modify it how my people that is listening to my voices and my tone will get it. So if you see most of the posts that in social medias right
Hmm.
now, it's not so new.
Correct.
Even my content is not so new. It's someone else's content that inspired me, that makes me to write in my own tone
But
or
your
modify.
content is always fresh, always engaging. People
That
connect.
is because you're engaging to me only as a leader on that scope. Maybe
Okay.
you try open your radar a bit, find another Pravina with a different name and say, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's a better version, never know, right? I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
it's fresh. Many people says that. But I have to be honest, it's not 100% is from me. It's something that
Mm-hmm.
inspired me while I was walking somewhere and seeing it, or somebody shares to me, or I read somewhere. Or probably I read and then I transformed that into my own words and voices. So it's the end of the day, the thing that we are reading is not new in this world. Everything has happened somewhere in some
Hmm.
time around the timeline of it. It's just that we modify it with the current trends of it. That's it.
But people connect like
Because
deeply
because
with your post.
I choose the target audience that connect to me without age basis. So that's important. You cannot
Hmm.
just narrow down entirely to people that is, oh, this is my age group I'm targeting. Then you're limiting yourself. I don't want.
Exactly.
I want 8 billions of people listen to me. So that means my content has to reach to 8 billions of people.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to work in that way.
Somewhere, like we know, like you mentioned that ego will not allow us to see our shortcomings. Yeah, acceptance is very important. That thing
Yep.
you highlighted that point. Yeah, it's a great thing to know. And like, how do you like stay so humble, zero arrogance? Because you are you had a fast track career. You been a successful founder.
I can't say this humble arrogant because sometimes when things trigger me, I do open up my mouth, but it
Yeah.
depends on what exactly people reacting to me. So I think it depends on how people see me. So if
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's also how to say beauty is the eye of beholder. It's how you perceive me in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has arrogant. To be honest, you will have arrogant. You go ask some people that
Correct.
really notices, they will say, "Hey, you have arrogant," but just that
Correct.
I think it's the reflex that shows to the particular person that you're arrogant, not everybody. So it's
Everybody.
just the energy, you know. End of the day, who gives you certain energy, your body reacts to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Exactly.
just word, it's your eyes, it's your face, your muscles, everything reacts. So and people cannot be taking it in. Then end of the day, to make things so ugly, the only word they can use back to you is arrogant or rude.
All right. What's been your most rewarding moment as an entrepreneur?
Hmm. I will talk about the recent things that happened right now. The one that being in a poster alongside with my prime minister, that is something I have never dreamt in my life. I have never thought. I mean, of course, everybody have that
Hmm.
how to say selfishness in a way to get certain titles in your life. You know, LinkedIn is something that I always wanted to get the top voices or something that I aspire, and I always wanted to work for it because I believe that voice things matters because for someone didn't want to talk much
Hmm.
and actually sharing the thing. And then when you being in a poster to known in the whole country that is your next your prime minister
Hmm.
is something rewarding that you know, oh, my 6 years of hard work is actually paid off.
So, have you ever imagined like someday you will be featured along with prime ministers? Prime
No, but
minister, I
I
mean to say,
always
yeah,
pray and manifest that.
Malaysia's that too.
No, but I always pray and manifest that I want my absence to be. Have I ever dreamt uh, that I will be next to my prime minister? Of course, I have never uh, dream or expect that to happen,
Hmm.
but I always manifest and pray that I want to be known in a way of whatever I do. And how to say reach the heights that I always
Hmm.
wanted to be because I feel like it's every person that strives, right? Their dreams is to be seen, to be heard. But how much or how far it can be, you cannot predict until you put in the work. So I believe I'm putting in the work and I wish it will reach out to the heights where I wanted it to be.
Like I've been going to many of founders, leaders, top leaders and founders like you. So one thing I observed, they are mentally sharp. You are also. How do you generate this kind of mindset? It has to be done like when hurdles comes in, still you are mentally very sharp. Your mind is the greatest asset. So how do you get inspired and keep on going?
I think it starts from my childhood. I've always been a curious and exploring kid, but not
Hmm.
really active. I'm more of indoor person.
Okay. Okay. Right.
So playing with the crossword puzzle, explorations, search. I always being in that and I always learn new things.
Hmm.
And I'll make sure the things that I'm learning is benefiting me, not for the sake of people ask me to do that. So that's always been in my mind. So just
Hmm.
because our parents is asking or the society is doing, I don't do that.
Correct.
I
Correct.
I always stick to that. That stigma has always been that. So when you ask me mindset wise, everybody is weak actually. To be honest, you will break down the line, but you have a choice. You want to stick to it for a long time, or you want to buck up yourself because the moment you know you are the only one going to help yourself, you will immediately bounce back. You won't
Okay.
stay down for long because you have to find for your grains for the next day, right? So it's the trigger that you always have in your reflex that I'm the only one going to pull me up and I have to get up immediately. But some days, okay, you can stay a little longer because sometimes you gathering yourself back. It's okay. That's why I always say take a break if needed. And many people come and ask me how long you take a break. I say there are days I take a break just 1 hour. There are days I take a break for 1 week. Not even being active in LinkedIn, I'm telling you. Because sometimes I need that time for myself to reevaluate my actions, decisions, thoughts, and next steps. Because you can't be right all the time. The moment
Exactly.
you think you're right all the time, arrogance comes in.
How do you
So
ensure that the arrogant one comes in?
I do face there are days that I had that arrogance in me sometimes. I'm changing it. I have changed a lot, which I realize it. So sometimes reflections is something you have to reflect to yourself first, right? So I decide maybe the choice of the way I choose things to happen was changed immediately. Then the way I talk, but sometimes I stick to what I want because I always believe the lifestyle I decided now is something I build myself. So certain people that being part in my lifestyle, that I know that they should see this way of me, they deserve it. So when I talk like this, many people that are going to hear might think, oh, she's arrogant. But put your shoe in a commoner life, you will know that you work so hard for it. And you don't have to be nice to everybody. You be nice to yourself first, right?
Correct,
Because
correct.
because as much as you want to be the kindest person in the world, nicest person in the world, think that are you nice to yourself? Because I always believe myself matters more first because I feel like I can't hurt myself just to make someone else smile. I can try myself put a smile on someone's face, but I can't make myself cry.
So, who are your biggest influences while growing up? Pravina, just a moment.
Influence, right?
Who were your biggest influences while you were growing up?
Society.
Society? Yeah.
The society I come up,
Right,
grow
right,
up,
right.
known for, influence me. There are good, there are bad, because one thing I want to introduce here myself, I'm a Malaysian Tamil Hindu people. So most of the time people has a misinterpretation that, oh, you're Indian that is migrated there and everything. Probably long time ago, because I'm here for 5 generation. So this is my home. So, and the people and society, when I say is the multiracials. I can speak my national language, which is Bahasa Melayu. We call it Malay. I speak English. I speak mother tongue, which is Tamil. And so these three peoples as in like we have a majority of Malays, which is Muslims and Indians, and also Chinese. So when you grow up with them, you see different way of people eating, people talking, the lifestyle. Education has been escalated to different groups of people in different manner, right? So this made me whoever I am right now as a part of it, and also influenced me a lot. So everywhere there's a quota system. So in my country, as an education quota system, when it comes to races or religion basis, the minor will get the minor things and majors will get the major things and everything, majorities. Then of course, skin tone. Everywhere you go, being a brown,
Correct.
being a dark, crime, that's what people think. And that's made me feel that I was one of the person who used a lot of beauty filters, try to put a lot of creams to make myself lighter skin when I was growing up
Right, right.
as a teenager. For me to accept myself, this is me, took a long time. That is
You
also
you
because of
mentioned
society.
that we need to accept how we are because God created
That is
us
now.
like right.
When you ask me what influenced me to be who I am, when it comes to who I am, it's not only my mindset, right? The way I carry myself. So when it comes to the society that discriminate you by a skin tone, happen also. And I also grew up in a family that where they think guys shouldn't do this, girls should do this. So that how to say the equality is not there. So sometimes
Okay.
influence is cannot be just positive, right? Certain negative influence also can influence you to not be that. So I grow up from that kind of society where made me who I am right now.
Did you always dream of becoming an entrepreneur? Because now you are successful
Now,
entrepreneur.
now it is. This is the thing. I don't choose entrepreneurship.
Correct.
Entrepreneurship choose me because
Okay.
I want to be a doctor. Doctor is my all-time dream. Which even now I always think maybe if time and everything allocate one day for me, I really want to do at least part-time medical or something. That's just to
Hmm.
satisfy my soul, because that's my dream. I worked for it so much when I was in high school. So when you grow up to extent where you finish your high school, you want to choose
Hmm.
your education and everything. Your family comes in and they entirely change the scenario. They say, no, you're doing this. So you imagine a girl who grew up in a high school doing all the biology, physics, chemistries, and everything, and suddenly you're going to study something related to teaching. That's traumatized you, It's
Hmm.
traumatized you a lot. And when I was school, I still remember two of the students who were in different classes, but they were good with me in other activities. They saw me going in a science stream and they asked me why. I explained they actually changed the class and joined with me in science stream.
Hmm.
And you don't believe they are in medical field now. They'll say, "Hey, I owe you because I joined the science stream because of you." And you know how hurtful is that when you can't make it, but you have inspired someone to make it happen? But still, pain is a pain. Happiness is there because I see someone that's inspired by me at the age of 16 and 17 and got into that as a biomedicine now, and then some lab assistant right now in the medical field, and also some research assistant in medical laboratories and everything. I'm very happy for them. Very, very happy. But I'm also sad for my soul that is has been seeking for that, but it didn't happen. So that's why when somebody comes to me and asks me, did you choose entrepreneurship?
Hmm.
No, I didn't. I think entrepreneurship chooses me. So I don't know whether I have justified that or not, but I'm
Right.
still trying to do best in everything that I can.
So whatever you're doing, like it sparks out. Whether it's LinkedIn post or
It's very personal. Just
right.
trust me. All my words is I'm just thinking a girl is renting there, but in a different scope of it. That's all.
Hmm.
But I always believe that whatever I share, at least 100 thousands of people who can relate to it because that is every mediocre girl's life is there.
Correct.
Or
Correct.
okay, let's not
Whatever
put
you
girls
share,
or
it connects deeply. The
yeah,
facts.
let's not put girls or boys. It's for a person.
Yeah.
It
The
can be guy,
person.
it can be all of us can relate to that in a way. I bet there are a lot of people as losers their dream and doing something what the family expected, and they're
Hmm.
leading to it.
How do you like? How did you like your upbringing shape your approach to business? How did that happen?
Sorry again.
Your upbringing, like while you are growing up,
Uh-huh.
any kind of lessons you are implemented in your business approach.
Honestly, you have to be honest. You have to have a strong work ethics. These two things. When you're honest,
Hmm.
automatically the strong willpower of yours will come in a work and also when you deal with people. Okay, here I really have to bring the gender discrimination here. So there are sometimes you need to accept the world that I'm working right now
Correct.
is
Correct.
a man-dominated world. That's what people are calling it, which I personally don't like it because they think when it comes to business, it's only man, man, man. I mean, there's equality. There's a lot of people are there. So I
Hmm.
think they should break this stereotype by saying this is a man-dominated world, which I don't believe in that. And to handle this situation, to face such kind of people, I believe I need a strong willpower because sometimes things get uglier when you're in a room discussing for your meetings or a business proportion. There are a lot of different damages comes in.
Still, this kind of perception is there.
It's not
Like,
perception; it's happening, and it will
what's
never
it?
change. Change management will
It
only
is like
happen.
I believe it is changing because uh,
No,
there are
it
people
is.
are looking
You
at
see,
you.
it will change in a different scope. So if you ask
Hmm.
me, is it 100% going to change? No, it will never change.
Okay.
Change management will never happen in any days that coming because you know why, we are upscaling ourselves in a different corner of the world. And because now for
Hmm.
gender discrimination, women are being abused. Now things has changed, men are also getting abused in a working place. So are you saying this is a change you're looking for? No, there are men has been sexually assaulted as well, right? And now we
Exactly.
have a gender discrimination in a way where men and men also, like homosexuals is there, women and women is. So in which way you are telling this is going to change? The only thing is going to change or have to change is we being strong in facing that. No matter whatever situation, circumstances you face it, that moment, don't let go yourself by fighting when you know you can't win that in that particular situation. What I'm saying, in a very hardship
Hmm.
date. But once you retrieve yourself successfully out of the scenario, go to the whatever law that needed to be get it done. Because most of us fight at the moment, and that will cost our life. If you to be in a very narrow word, I'm telling you, that moment reflects, yes. But I think this kind of awareness should be there, that we should know what are the situations we should conquer, what are the situations we need to be let go or subtle to just save our life for that moment. Then you come back.
Exactly.
Because most of the time we reflect very. I know it's common. Another thing, we don't have awareness about it.
What drives your passion for virtual assistants and helping others?
Sharing the knowledge. I don't do things for free, by the way. I don't do, but I do share
Yeah,
my nuggets and tidbits there. So sometimes people come and say, I want you to be mentor. It's very nice to hear to be mentor for someone, but you should know what is the scopes coming behind there. If you're
because
going
you
to
are
drive your
giving out your time. It's valuable.
time, my knowledge is worth it. I learned that for 6 years, and I don't want to give away with just one message that's going to make me feel happy. I only give that to someone I know they will value it. And to know someone going to value it, the person has to prove themselves, correct or not?
Exactly.
So if you're not proving me that you're going to value my work, no. And another thing, don't give free things because people don't value free things.
Right. Exactly. I agree with you. That's why top university, top institution calling you like as a guest
Because
speaker.
I always believe another thing, not only people valuing it, you as a people who giving the thing, right, work, right, you
Hmm.
won't give 100%. You know why? Because it's free. You will take your own time. You won't commit to it. It's both parties, you know.
Correct.
So I
Correct.
don't think a pro bono should be there. Good cause is okay. You're doing for a good cause with a limited time is fine. We're doing for a good cause just for free, but you know behind there is a lot of scenarios going on. Then choose yourself not to do that.
What hobbies outside of work fuel your creativity?
Oh, I love coffee hopping, just testing around and everything.
Hmm.
I read a lot of books. I used to hit gyms and yoga, but now these 6 months has been very hectic. Procrastination is happening to me right now. So my hobbies is lifting and reading books, going out, work in a different places because I like ambience so much. I enjoyed it. And other than that, movies. I like to watch a lot of documentaries. So that's my go-to thing.
How do you stay passionate about your work as a CEO? Because it's very hectic and at high end pressure is there. But somewhere still you are able to manage yourself, prioritize your time. So how do you stay passionate about your work, being a
I
CEO?
think my dream is big. So, like it or not, to reach that, everything, I'm ticking my boxes. So, successfully, I tick some of my bucket list boxes in my work wise or my growth wise. So, passionate is a big word. To be honest, to me, it's a very, very big word. So, how I passionate is because I think I still have heights that I have to reach. Till that, I have to work and work and
Hmm.
work and give whatever I have to the people because I know the moment you are giving away your
Hmm.
stuff, it comes tenfold to you. So, but yeah, you need to know the boundaries whenever you do something,
So when client approach you, right? So what they usually like discuss, how do you understand their demand and how do you ensure that you prioritize their time and able to achieve their goals?
Uh, our work is mostly project basis. So we
Hmm.
have our timelines and our schedules is already scheduled. So approaching to the time and replying to them, of course, it has to be win-win situation. If they are in their own time zones, it's easier. If it's
Hmm.
different time zone, you have to work along with the time as well. And I respect people time, and I always expect people to respect my time. So once that I can give one or two chances for that to get back or reschedule it. But when I know it's repetitively happen, I don't work with the people because I feel like my time has to be respected as well, as much as I'm respecting another person's time.
Hmm. Exactly. So how do you prioritize health and fitness? You have a busy
Yes,
schedule.
as I said, I was lifting and everything,
Hmm.
health. But I'm a spiritual person. So I do have my mantras or chantings that I regularly do, and I keep intact with that. A little bit poor when it comes to managing my food and meals because of running my meetings and here that I skip my meals here and there. But I
Hmm.
try to keep myself intact with that as much as I can.
So how important is mental health to your profession, to in general to everyone?
A lot because I might be killing at least two, three people every day in my
Hmm.
mind. I needed a lot of calmness. As much as I'm feeding my tummy, I think my mental health needs some
Hmm.
less thoughts to be fed. So in that way, it's a lot.
So do you what practice any kind of relaxation techniques or to keep yourself mind calm during
I
this
don't
day?
talk so much to people generally, apart from my work. If it's training or this kind of thing, yeah.
Hmm.
But generally, I'm a person that I prefer the people around me comfortable with being with me without talking because I don't like nudges. I don't take. So,
Hmm.
how to say, I'm a very quiet, calm person. I'm also very fun to be with and, very friendly with my families and friends, but I choose the time. So sometimes I can zone out very easily because my social battery span is
Hmm.
just a couple of hours. So when it's drowning, then I don't choose to overdo it. Because when I overdo it doesn't work in the rituals of whatever you're doing in an ongoing process, right? So I think people around me, most of them know when to talk, what to talk. When I'm not ready, I'll say, and they
Hmm.
accepted it. So in that way, and I have very limited people that I go to, so they understands that. So
Do you have a role
I
model? Yeah, yeah. Just continue.
mental health is very important as much as the people that you're with and surroundings. So it's not only just by you; it's also people around you.
So basically, people around you they understand
You also
uh,
have to understand because just because of your behavior, you are ruining
hmm,
another person's day and everything, right? And which I have done a couple of times or more. But I also appreciate that they understand that this is me. But at the same time, whenever I need an alteration to be done for myself, I do it as well.
correct. You have a role model or mentor while growing up. Any person, any individual.
Uh, I wouldn't say, but when I was almost reaching my teenagers or
Hmm.
now, I have a couple of people. Of course, they're celebrities in a way. I really like Steve Harvey. I
Hmm.
like the way he bounced back as a comedian and now he's running his own show. So
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
shows growth. And I like Priyanka Chopra. I like
Okay.
her
Yeah.
resilience on whatever she
Right.
has done.
Right.
She went to another country and she can't even sustain in her own country because people are not accepting it. But now entire world is accepting her. So that's different things.
Now
She's a
she's
different
a
level.
global icon.
She is. She's a brand. PC is a brand right now. Then she's a wonderful mom also, to be honest. I really love the way she
It's great
handles
to know
studio.
because people from Malaysia also following her. Right.
We know entire people in the Hollywood, everything. So
Right.
she, as a person, break this a stereotype of no matter getting married, a person who is younger or having a baby without even getting pregnant in the
Hmm.
industry, or even as a society of being a Hindu, she nailed it. She justified the situation as what she is. And one more person is Dwayne Johnson, which we are calling as a rock. His
Okay.
resilience
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
a
No, yeah. Yeah.
wrestler and whoever actor right now, highly paid, is disciplined in when it comes to workout. It will amaze you. He has his own gym setups in the flight, even if he's going somewhere traveling. Can you imagine that?
He had a
So
massive
that is
transition, like from wrestler
a
to
lot,
become
a lot.
Hollywood
And
actor.
from a different how to say community, he has grown a lot. And the last one that I would love to tell, this is my very favorite hero as well, Will Smith.
Yeah,
I
yeah, he
really
is
the
next
way
level, man.
he reached a
I've been a
level.
fan of him. Yeah.
Yeah, his acceptance to Hinduism right now, and he practices that. and the way he compassionate about his job, his personal life, is also different. As much as everybody has their ugly ways of living, but most of I like to see the good side of people most of the time, because you can't justify someone's ugly side by just being at it. Correct or not? So
Right.
these four people I really love: Priyanka Chopra, Steve Harvey, Will Smith, and also Dwayne Johnson. I really
Any
love.
entrepreneurs, business entrepreneurs, your
Tata,
mentors, I'm saying.
Ratan Tata, he's no more already. Very
Right.
recently, I was very attracted to him. Two
He's
days before,
evergreen legend, I would say.
actually, I really love
You
his
you
car.
posted on LinkedIn, so yeah. So
Yeah, yeah,
that
because
time I thought he's not only famous in India, he's a global icon.
yeah, because of, I think 2 days before he passed away, I was actually thinking one day I really want to go and do podcast with him. I was always
Hmm.
thinking about, I know he's old, but every girl have a dream to. But the 2 days later, when I saw the news, I was like,
Actually,
you
yeah,
know, you lost the icon, but it's fine. He has left a lot of good nuggets for us to live upon. So
like he did a like marvelous job.
a lot,
He
a
did
lot.
like he served his entire life for.
Humanitarian. He's a catalyst for anything you want to say, innovations,
Hmm.
humanitarians, and everything.
So this is a kind of tricky questions. I would probably I would be asking. There are three people, okay, and you have to ask three questions to three people. These are top, I would say, leaders, people, global icon. I would say. First is Warren Buffett. Second is Elon Musk, and third is Jeff Bezos. What kind of questions you have three questions to three people? What kind of questions you would be asking?
The first one is, what was that?
Warren Buffett.
Your Warren Buffett. I will say that how you beat through all your critics,
Hmm.
because he went through a lot as well, and he justified in certain way.
Hmm.
So I bet the critics is the amount that he couldn't take it. So I want to know that. Elon Musk, I would say that, what's your next step in the innovation?
Hmm.
And if that so is happening, does the humanized way of AI going to be integrated inside, or is it going to be 100% artificial?
What's the like humanize and
Humanized, it should be human touch little bit in it. We know
hmm.
even content wise is everything very artificial. If
Hmm.
humanized means it automatically has to be in a day-to-day way of living, or even words that we are circumstances using it. So I expect that kind of scopes there rather than more technical basis.
Because technical basis, you are saying that people
Whatever
can lose.
AI, even a chat GPT, right? When you put something, you ask for it, it'll give you this. The way it's writing itself is very technical or very
Yeah,
computer.
it should
It
always
is
have
not.
human touch. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is not a human touch thing. So I expect that maybe a little bit of human touch will enhance the thing to a commoners like us to dive into it.
Correct.
Then the last person is who?
Jeff Bezos, Amazon founder.
Um, make it something new that is liberal for all regions,
Hmm.
not only just monetizing in the main regions. I mean, now we all are growing in a way. So if it's liberal for all the regions, the scope of growth will be tremendous. Okay, this is not a question, but this is a suggestion to him. Make it
No,
so that.
right. This is something is very important. You have highlighted. Right. So, what advice for entrepreneurs who struggle with maintaining a healthy lifestyle? Do you want to offer any advice, any suggestion?
Seek more knowledge,
Hmm.
not only book, not only Google, but from real person like industry leaders. Because different perception, different experience, different timelines could add value to you. So that is very important. So as much as knowledge and theories is there, practical is important. And when it comes to practical, you can't do every practices, right?
Hmm.
So you can learn from the practical that has been done by another person in the same industry as you, which will enhance the way that you wanted to put things off in upcoming days. So that will add value to your knowledge plus the industry knowledge.
So how do you take out your time for learning, upgrading your skills?
Every
Understand?
day I have been living in LinkedIn almost 10 hours a day, minimum.
Okay.
Maximum I've been 16 hours. So every day, every post, every scopes and features there upgraded me in a way that knowledge wise, practical wise,
Hmm.
and also uh, more humanity manner as well, because so many things is happening around the corner of the world, which we don't know. Sometimes we don't even know what's happening in our country itself or our around the neighborhood as well. So I would say that this helps me so much.
That's why you have empathy for others, be it
Mm.
anyone. Like
I think some things I don't think so. You will grow along the way. You will bond with it. You just have to tweak it. So
correct.
empathy is not just you will have it, I won't have it, or I will have it, the other person won't have it, right? We all have that, but he's just sleeping somewhere around the corner of you. So you just have to tweak it a little bit out.
Right. Right. And this is the last question. What passion projects are you currently working on? I don't need the
Trainings,
names. I just pass
trainings,
any.
which I
Yeah.
have never thought I would be a trainer. I know I would share my voice out, but I never know my voice going to be in a technical manner where it's going to
Hmm.
practice for people. So that is happening right now. And now that new featuring that happened this 1 week,
Hmm.
I don't know what that holds for me for the upcoming weeks. So I'm waiting for whatever opportunity is gonna come. If it's not coming, I'm gonna build the opportunities. So I'm waiting for it.
Any plan to open your like any kind of your YouTube channel because people are following you all over
Many people says that
world.
as well. Recently, I did a training and the person come up and say to me, your explanations on getting the LinkedIn optimization or stuff that I was explaining was way better than the people that YouTubers are explaining. So I was like,
Right. Exactly. People
as far
connect
as
with you.
I believe I have the scope of it. It's just that you need time. When you're
Right. Right.
investing in knowledge and people are following you in your tribe, you cannot disappoint them, right? So hopefully one day.
Right. Thank you so much, Pravina, for joining us today on
My
Set Talks.
pleasure.
Yeah. So this is the wrap
Thank
up.
you so much. I wish you the best for whatever projects that you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You need any help or assistance in future, just drop me a message.
Yeah.
I'll
Thank
do
you.
my
Yeah. It means a lot, Pravina, because you've been busy throughout your meetings. You've been traveling. Still, you managed your time. It means a lot.
I try because
Yeah.
I was in a place where getting people's schedule last time. So I know uh I was you maybe 2 or 3 years
Right.
ago. So I feel you.
Thank you
But
so much.
again, I'm so sorry for the
No,
delays
no,
sometimes.
no, not an issue. And Pravina, this is a wrap up. This is to our audience. Thank you so much, Pravina, for joining us today on Set Talks. Your journey and dedication to
Thank you so
transforming
much.
the virtual assistant industry have been truly inspiring.
Thank you
Hearing
so much.
about, yeah, how you have empowered businesses.
Oh, your questions were amazing. You're doing a
Yeah,
wonderful job. So keep doing. And whoever watching and subscribing and liking and sharing your content, I believe it will go more longer and higher heights.
thank you so much, Pravina. To our
Thank you.
listeners, I hope Pravina's journey has been inspiring some ideas and encouraged you to think differently about how assistance and support can evaluate your work. Remember, the right support can make all the differences in your heights, reaching a goal. Stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe to Set Talks. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget uh, to subscribe to Set Talks because this is Pravina K, our third
Thank you.
guest in this episode. Uh, she has shared her insight. It could benefit you. I have pinged her LinkedIn profile. Go check out and follow her. Until the next time, keep aiming high, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
Pravina.
thank you.